NVIDIA CEO slams Biden, warns escalating chip war with China will lead to enormous damage. You think? Do you think? Well, if you haven't been paying attention at all to worldly news, if you haven't been paying attention for a year or two to our channel, or a year, or whatever it's been, then this might be a surprise to you. I believe it was end of August. It was sometime in the fall, maybe last year, where the Biden administration just abruptly, put the guillotine to the Chinese and the chip making. I think he pulled everyone out and stopped making chips. I can't remember exactly what it is now. I was just thinking of this. I totally forgot until we just started doing this video. Actually, I wish I would have thought of it earlier. But this is a concerted effort to get at the Chinese, but also kind of make it look like he's tough and make it look like he's doing things. But at the end of the day, what I really want to talk about is something that, again, questioning everything with boldness and trying to lead ourselves to the answers. We're all human. We all make mistakes. I'm not perfect. I'm trying to trust but verify. I'm trying to get to the bottom of things. Just like the other day, we have people saying, hey, you've missed this and blah, 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 blah. And I said, hey, thanks for pointing that out. I'm going to look into that. We all don't know everything. We're trying to source information. We're trying to go 3 levels deep. We're trying to find, triangulate data, try to triangulate things. So not just take one source, things like that, right? That's how we're going to get better is by doing that. So this is part of the plan. This is part of the one world government plan. And again, it's Klaus Schwab's Great Reset. It's the fourth turning coming to fruition. It's the fourth industrial revolution. And they've written about this. They have written about this. We've talked about this so many times, guys. Please go do your research. Please, please, please. I beg you to go do your research. Go look at the Club of Rome. Go look at the World Economic Forum. Go look at the Council on Foreign Relations. Go look at the United Nations. Go look at Agenda 2030. Go look at Agenda 21, which is, they had to rebrand it again to Agenda 2030. Go look at all these things. And there's so many more. I mean, there's so many more organizations to go look at. But this is the thing. And Klaus Schwab just came out again. I said he predicted this 2 years ago. Predicted it. They had their event 201, where they're planning cyber attacks, planning global warming, lockdowns, and him and his organization that he started 50 years ago, the World Economic Forum, was talking about this very thing. We need to create a massive problem big enough to galvanize the whole world together and say, we need to fight this together. We need a one world money, and we need this and that. A centrally controlled one world money, not Bitcoin. Bitcoin is controlled by no one. It's an asset without an issuer. Tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of nodes running and auditing the system every single day. You have to take out every single node to destroy Bitcoin, every single one. So good luck. It's impossible now. Unless you had an asteroid hit the Earth and obliterate it, right? And obliterate all the satellites, everything else that there was, but we'd be dead anyway, so it wouldn't matter. Or if you 51% attack it, things like that, but it's impossible now. They could have done that 10 years ago, 11 years ago, whatever, or 2010, 2011, but they can't now because the system's too big. It's too expansive. It's too vast. It takes too much money, too much power, too much energy to now attack the system in that way. And even if they did, you could route right around it. So this is and we've shown this, the people running the nodes have shown that no one has power. In 2017, there's a thing called the block size wars. The mining companies and some big players tried to come in and overtake Bitcoin. And the plebs, the small people, the nodes, showed that power's with us. They proved that. The War is a great book about it called The Block Size War. Go read the book. Do your research. Do you want to live in a free and fair system? Then go and learn Bitcoin. Do you want to live in serfdom and anarchy or chaos, I guess? Not anarchy, but chaos and serfdom and slavery? Then keep going in the system. Keep voting for morons and keep letting bureaucrats run your life, the revolving door, the military-industrial complex, and keep being uninvolved. Keep being uninvolved in local politics. Keep being uninvolved with everything in your life, and you will get what you deserve. Me, I choose something else. Me, for my family, the people around me, I choose something else. I choose to get guns, ammo, lead, security, firearms, and Bitcoin, gold, and silver, and food, water, energy, purification, and making sure that I have skills that are going to be transferable, and doing things that are going to provide a different life and be prepared for what's coming. And if it never comes, great. I've got all these things that are very valuable, and I can sell them off in 5 years or 10 years or 20 or 30 or whatever. Or I can pass them down to my children so that way they're prepared because they are learning these things already at a young age. And they know the difference. The other day we were at Mass and we were putting dollars in the basket, and my 6-year-old was like, "Those are fake dollars." I was like, shh, don't say that. Don't say that right now. That's, you gotta, people still believe that it's good. So we gotta do something. We gotta help people. So it's Gresham's law. Bad money drives out good. So the bad currency we have is driving out the good. I hold Bitcoin right now. I still spend some. We spent a fair amount last week, at Sats at the Bitcoin conference. But this is something that we must start understanding, that the global cyber pandemic that Klaus Schwab talks about, writes about, they do videos about, this is real. This is very real. And they're going to try to disrupt things. They're going to try to do things and make it bad in a way that we need to come in. We need to do something. This is so terrible. And now we need to do X, Y, and Z. So give us your freedom and liberty. Just trade us from your freedom and liberty for a little bit of perceived security. So this is very... they're telegraphing it, right? Many of these, criminals, things like that, right? They want to tell people what they're doing, and they also have these, different codes they live by and whatever. But criminals overall want to tell people what they're doing. It's not fun to just like do it in the dark, do it, by yourself, and no one knows what you're doing. It's human nature. Like, you got to tell somebody. So they telegraph things. They tell you what they're doing. Don't disregard what people are saying. And just like the CIA and FBI, who should be dismantled, but just like they tell you, don't disregard coincidence. So we live in a clown world. When you get back to God, number one, and then number two, you fix the money, everything starts to heal. Guess what? You don't need as much police. You don't need the FBI. You don't need the CIA. You don't need all these things. We have run so afoul, we run amok, and we are completely AWOL, that where we can't even figure out what is up and what is down, what's left and what's right. We don't have a true north. We have no idea what's going on. It's the old story of the little lady who used to visit the prison, and she would visit and go read to the inmates, stuff like that. And one day the inmate was, you know what, sister? You know how many rules got me in this place? And she looked at him and she just said, yeah, it's wild, isn't it? It's crazy. It's crazy. But did you know there's 10 that keep you out? I mean, these things wouldn't matter if we just did the thing we were supposed to do, treat others as we would want to be treated, or as others want to be treated, right? That's it. That's it. We make this very complicated as human beings. We're worried about the dollar. We're worried about, trying to get more and try to get over on people. Bitcoin allows you to spend less than you save, keep the difference, and grow wealthier over time. So that way you don't have to worry about things. You don't have to worry about AI taking over your job. You don't have to worry about where am I going to get my next paycheck. You increasingly grow your wealth, and you can then go out in the world and serve others, serve humanity, which then makes life cheaper for everybody. And it's a constant positive feedback loop spiraling upward, where people are helping people, energy is cheaper and cheaper, food is then cheaper and cheaper, services are cheaper and cheaper, and it's a positive feedback loop where technology, all the deflation gets to come back to us. Instead of people at the top getting all the benefit, now we get the benefit. The system is backwards right now, and that's what we talk about here all the time. That's what we talk about all the time. At the Reset, the blog, the link to the blog, and a lot of the writing, what we do is on our blog. And then the Free Business Free Show, the things we do here, that's why we do what we do, to educate and talk about these things. So this is coming. Get prepared. Crazy things are going to happen. It's going to get worse before it gets better. Crazy things will happen. This is why we talk about getting prepared so much, and getting the food and ammo, energy, security, firearms, Bitcoin, gold, silver, and building community. Building community is the number one thing. Building like-minded people around us. That is how we're going to prepare. That's how we're going to thrive in the backside of all this. So please share this out. The algorithm hates truth. Hates truth. Get ready for things like this. Get ready for these wars, currency wars, chip wars, trade wars, and hot wars, proxy wars, information wars, cultural wars. We're in them all. You might not like war, but war likes you. You might not like politics, but politics likes you. You might not like money, but money likes you. Or it hates you, depending on how your feelings towards it. You better start getting here. And this is what we're trying to do here. This is why we put our portfolio allocation letter out every single month, to talk about money all the time. It's just a tool. And our job is to get ridiculously wealthy. Because the wealthier people are, the wealthier Bitcoiners are, which we will all become wealthier over time, we then take the power over in the world. The good guys, finally, in history, get to take over the power structure, because we are the ones that become wealthier and wealthier and defund the corrupt grifters that are running society now. So please share this out. The algorithm hates truth. I appreciate you coming to my TED Talk. Question everything with boldness, even the existence of God himself, right? Trust but verify. Please, this is not financial advice, but this is freedom advice. And I'll see you on the next one.